Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, Ethiopian Air Force Chief Yilma Mirdasa joined a Twitter space last night, made some big claims about the capabilities of the Ethiopian Air Force and the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Drones are being operated by Ethiopian Air Force, and the drones are turning out to be a pain in the side of Fano fighters. What did he say, by the way? Who hosted this Twitter space? And secondly, a federal house of House of Federation member has been captured by Fano fighters. It seems. Was she captured or did she join Fano? It happened 3 days ago. We have received a clip as well. Let's start viewers with the first news story, which is about Yilma Mirdasa. Yilma is the head of Ethiopian Air Force. Ethiopian Air Force is the one of the main players in the ongoing military offensive against Fano, because this military offensive is heavily relying on airstrikes and drone strikes. Military, including Air Force, they have decided to crush Fano through heavy use of airstrikes and drone strikes. Yilma Mirdasa joined a Twitter space last night. It was hosted by Kia Negash. Kia is a diaspora community member, Ethiopian diaspora community member, pro prosperity party, pro government. She hosted this space. She invited Yilma. Yilma happily joined. Uh, why do I get this impression that these Ethiopian leaders give more preference to women when it comes to giving interviews or becoming part of any media engagements? Samra uh, Janel, former chief of staff, was interviewed by a female anchor. Before that, Varade was interviewed by a female anchor. Uh, so I think they should create a balance. There are more male anchors, male presenters than female in Ethiopia. But we see more high level interviews being conducted by female anchors, journalists. I'm not against them. What I'm saying is that the people in power should give equal treatment to both male and female anchors. Yilma was the main guest in this Twitter space, and he made some big claims about the capabilities of the Ethiopian military, Ethiopian Air Force. Firstly, he rejected the claims about civilian casualties in Ethiopia. He said no attacks on civilians in Amhara, Tigray, or Oromo. He said our drones are very precise. We have 100% accuracy when we conduct drone strikes and airstrikes. That is why civilians' deaths don't happen. Secondly, I'll analyze what he said. Secondly, he said that we have bought the drones to use them. You don't buy them just to stare at them. You want to use them. Thirdly, when a big claim about the capabilities of the military, he said the Ethiopian military is armed as never before. It can beat any country, and it is far ahead of other African countries. Nothing surprising. This is what generals say. This is what military commanders say. Fano fighters say they are the uh, bravest fighters in Ethiopian history. Tigrayans were saying that fighting was a tradition for them. Paula says the same to Somalia. Says its people know how to fight. Its military knows how to fight. This is what Janel's leaders say. Now, are the drones really accurate? They are accurate. TB2s, Kinjis, extremely accurate. What about faulty intelligence? If faulty intelligence is provided to a drone operator, he'll hit the target on the ground. Sometimes faulty intelligence leads to civilian casualties. Firstly, secondly, no matter how precise the drones are, civilians always die because sometimes the target is very close to civilians. So civilian deaths are happening in Amhara. My position very clear. I say military, Air Force are not directly hitting civilians in Amhara. Target is Fano. At the same time, I say civilians are dying as collateral damage and sometimes because of faulty intelligence. We cannot say that there are no civilian deaths in Amhara. That was my position too during Tigray war too, that Tigray fighters were being hit, but civilians also lost their lives as collateral damage, and sometimes due to wrong intelligence, and strikes were conducted on civilian targets by mistake. Yes, military intends to use full potential of its air force in this operation against Fano. Fano fighters are feeling the pinch of drone strikes. I'll do a video on that in coming hours. I think they're in trouble. Can they somehow manage to come out of this period of crisis? That remains to be seen. But yes, they are under immense pressure, I believe. Now, okay, I'll speak in detail on that in next video. Yilma is vowing to crush Fano others through the use of drone strikes. How capable is ENDF? He said ENDF is far ahead of other militaries in Africa, armed as never before. Well, you know what is happening to ENDF in Amhara. They're dying. They're being taken prisoner. So don't just make so big claims. You saw how many were taken prisoner by Tigray fighters. How many are being paraded as POWs in the Amhara region? Is this the strongest military in Africa? Claims are big, but problem is that the challenge to ENDF from the groups is not a united challenge. Tigrayans, Amharas, all are fighting separately. So ENDF does not have an internal common front. It's definitely stronger than these armed groups. Secondly, was a member of parliament has been shown by Fano fighters. Member of House of Federation. This is what I've been able to confirm. Correct me if I'm wrong. She was shown by Fano fighters 3 days ago. She is in the custody of Fano fighters. You can see her picture on the thumbnail of this video. Her name is Ababa Habisha. Ababa released a video in the presence of Fano fighters. Gujum Fano, I think. She says that she was part of the government, she was part of Prosperity Party, she was loyal to Prosperity Party, but she was mistrusted, and the government forces wanted to arrest her. She came to know that she was going to be arrested, and after that, Fano fighters captured her. Basically, she's saying that she did not join Fano, but she has been captured by Fano fighters. Then she goes on to say that she is sorry, she apologized to the Amhara people, and now she seems to be backing Fano's struggle. When I watched the video, you get translations, I got this impression that she joined Fano. Maybe she knew that she was going to be arrested because we know that the military has launched a campaign against pro Fano elements in government. Several have been arrested. Government officials, Prosperity Party members are being arrested. So maybe she got a hint of what was going to happen to her. She joined Fano, or she's in the custody of Fano. She has joined Gujum Fano, reported.